Hey, what's up guys? We're gonna do a little vlog today. I just traded the 899 for this a couple weeks ago. Pretty cool, right? I'll show that to you. Sounds unbelievably good. That Ducati, they really nailed the engine in it. But today's post, I'm gonna talk to you about this 2017 Roush Raptor. So you guys saw my last video. If you did, I mean the couple of dozen, right, that did, because that was not a very popular video, but it barely fit in my garage. And what I'm referring to is the ruby red SuperDuty, the F-250. It was the Roush version. It was a brand new truck. And so I went to see them, and I got the truck, and I had it at my house, and I drove it around for a few days because I did buy it. And you know, I was just like, it's a little big, and I didn't like that it ran on diesel. Although with what I was going to do with it, it might make sense. We'll see, because the Eco-Boost engine gets less fuel economy when towing, even though it does run on regular fuel. So there's some pros and cons of both trucks, but I want to go through with this right now and just kind of give you my impressions on it. I went back to Brownlee Ford. Those guys were awesome. I said, look, this truck's a little bit big for me. I think I want to use like a Raptor, right? Look at a couple of them. They had two that were currently on the lot. So I said, all right, let's do it. So I drove this one. Now this particular one was actually owned by David, the owner, and he had the graphics back here, right? Because the Roush comes with these really like these tear graphics. And I just didn't love it. I said, you know, I don't know, but it drove great. It had a lot of upgrades, as you can see. It has the Lex front bumper, the Lex off-road front bumper. It still uses the radar system. Of course, it's got the normal Raptor front end on the 17, which is just so friggin' sick with the lights here. It's got the functional hood scoop on it from factory. Then they put these graphics on it. And then it's also got the new wheels and the beadlock tires. It's got the Fox 3.0 suspension. They come with the American flag here, which is totally cool, because this just screams America right here. So the back, it's got the wheels, of course, a little bit of a lift on it, similar to the other one, the F-250. I mean, it sits up pretty much just as high. It does have an exhaust system. They've removed, I believe, some of the resonators. You still get the automatic, you get the automatic trunk, you get the lift, you know, the stair lift. Very similar to the F-250 that I showed you guys. Comes with Line-X, comes with the actual hardware to secure things, has lights back here, so really good cargo area. And inside, this one does have the automated step, which, I mean, I would say this is probably the ultimate Raptor, but you guys tell me, but that's a heck of an upgrade. All the other things they do. Inside here, it's very much like the F-250. It sits up really high. It's really comfortable. Let's fire it up. Get to watch the video as it turns on. That sound right here is so it sounds good, but it doesn't sound great on this particular vehicle. So it's got the Eco-Boost V8, and you know, let me give you my impression on this particular truck. I mean, it sounds good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a V6. And what also is really, really good about this particular vehicle is that it's got the air intake by Roush. And you can see right there, see right in there? That's the turbo. So there's two of these things. They're twin turbos. It's basically the same engine that's in the Ford GT. Makes a ton of torque. This particular vehicle with the air intake makes almost 600 pounds of torque. So it really gets up and goes fast. However, that brings me to, hold on one second. That brings me to the fuel economy, right? So the fuel economy of this particular truck, somebody said this best when I was listening to it. They said you could either have Eco or you can have Boost, okay? And that really captures the personality of this particular truck. You can go fast, no doubt about it. This thing will scoot 0 to 60 in the 5s, all right? Or you can go and get good fuel economy. So, you know, it's got a 10-speed transmission, which I don't particularly like. I really feel like it doesn't need about 4 of the gears, frankly, or maybe 3 of them. I mean, I think you'd be fine with a 7-speed. So let's drive it, and I'll share with you what I mean by that and how it likes to hunt gears. And then I'll give you like a little impression of how the turbo sounds, because it does sound good. I mean, it kind of sounds like what I would imagine a Baja truck would sound like in, you know, Gran Turismo or something. Although I don't even know if they ever did trucks in Gran Turismo. Maybe I'm thinking Forza. So let's just get out of the little area here, because it is loud. Definitely loud. I don't want to drive people too crazy. This is basically my neighbor's F-250 right here. This is Paul's, and you can see that I come up almost as high as he does. So he's got me by about 2, maybe 3 inches. Here's the 10-speed. As you can see, I'm going up a hill, and you can see exactly how often it's shifting. Look, it just jumped to 6. Now it'll jump to 8, 9, and 10. Well, let's see, we're in 7th, doing 28 miles an hour. Give it a little more gas, and then you watch that go to 8. 8th gear, doing basically 30 miles an hour. So, you know, if I were to give it gas right now, you know, it's going to basically bog. It's gonna have to search for a gear. Let me show you this. Give it a little bit of gas here. Do you hear that thing? Do you hear the turbo spooling? I don't know if that's gonna come through on the video or not, but when this thing gets spooled up, it's loud. It really sounds loud. And here, let me give you the noise from inside it. So I just rolled up the windows. This has the window tint on it already. Okay. We get out of the neighborhood here, and then I will be happy. See, when you're just driving along, like, let me give you 2 types of driving this vehicle, all right? So we're just gonna go nice and easy, okay? It's quiet, it's comfortable, all right? It's luxury in here. You know, it's got the little Roush detail here. Check it out. This is the serialized version, and that is really freaking bright right now, isn't it? There we go. So it's just really comfortable, okay? Oh, still got a window open. It's quiet. You got the moonroof. You know, the whole thing here is moonroof. So it's got 2 personalities. You know, you could just cruise, get some good fuel economy. I mean, right now, this thing is getting, from me, 16.7. And that's with some driving, no doubt about it, okay? All right, now here it is spooled up. So that's half throttle, and that's full throttle. And that's 60 right there. I mean, you know, that's about half throttle. I mean, I'm not gonna just fly it around town here, but it's fast. It's as fast as you ever need it. When it gets up to gear, you're in 10th gear, you give it a little gas. Now, do I like the V6? Do I like it? No, I don't particularly love it. I actually would rather have a V8 any day and twice on Sundays, although I do like the fact that you can get a couple of miles more per gallon out of it. But screw that. I mean, you know, this truck is already getting such crap fuel economy. I mean, the Roush 150 with the supercharger, you know, that's ultimately a better truck, except it is better to have the Raptor, especially with the Fox 3.0 suspension system, because this truck is just super freaking cool. Gets a lot of attention. I mean, it's kind of like the it truck right now, you know. Ooh, they got a little speed thing up there now. So I wanted to share this with you. I like it. I do. I think the sound system is mediocre at best, honestly. I think you're better off with going with, you know, any aftermarket speaker system, but that's okay. I mean, I'm gonna put a sub in here, and I think the mids and the highs in this particular Sony system are good, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the rest. But it's not a great speaker system. If you're a really audible file, was it? The guy who likes sound, I'm sure somebody will call me out in the comments on that one, thanks. But audiophile, that's it, audiophile. Yeah, if you're one of those guys, then yeah, you're probably not gonna like the sound system, but you didn't buy this truck for a sound system. You bought it to look good, go off-road, haul stuff. I mean, it's still a truck in the end of the day. But look at this. What gear we're in? We're in 6th gear. I'm going 22 miles an hour. I mean, that is what I'm talking about. And it's quiet. But as soon as you want to get on it, it's like it's searching for gears. And in the end of the day, it's really not the most comfortable truck going fast. I mean, yeah, it's got plenty of, it's wide, so you could take turns, things like that. I mean, you can actually be pretty sporty with this truck. But in the end of the day, I didn't enjoy driving it hard. I kept finding myself like, oh, I really needed 3rd gear, it put me in 5th, or I really wanted 2nd gear, but it put me in 1st. I'm like, it just never seemed like it felt the right gear. You know, I wanted it to be smooth and fast, and it was either one of the two, and I didn't like that. So when I drive it, I like to lean, I like to sit back, chill out, and then, you know, when I'm coming on to like on ramps, and basically when I have some room to kind of let it run through the gears and spool the turbos up, I do. And then it makes it's a great truck. You know, then I'm loving it. So what I'm basically saying is, coming from an M6, I had to figure out how to drive this particular vehicle, how to leverage the pros and cons of its power plant. I mean, the same engine that's in the Ford GT roughly is in here. Probably has bigger turbos and tuning, of course, but basically the same thing. So a lot of guys love that engine. A lot of people have told me the Eco-Boost is fantastic. It pulls, it's quiet, it gets decent fuel economy when you're not on it. I mean, you know, I was like, okay, so I thought, and it's gonna go 200,000 miles. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, there are trucks out there that have a lot of miles on these engines. Now, this particular one is a CPO, all right? So in the end of the day, I've got a 100,000 mile warranty on it. So that's cool. But I mean, even if I want to hold on to the truck for a long time and eventually sell it, you know, this is pretty much what you're gonna want, and you want something that's gonna last for the next guy. So there's the Raptor. Again, you got the step down. I'll show it to you one more time, just so you guys can see how the whole thing looks. I mean, it's a damn good looking truck. It really is. It's sweet. It's also got auto start. Check this out. So if you wanna do auto start on this, you lock it, you push this twice. There it goes. Auto start is very, very, very cool. That's a super nice feature to have. And you want to shut it off? That's it. Oh yeah, one other thing, like the Roush, okay, sorry, it was locked. This does have the safe in it. So like the F-250 that I showed you guys, right here, there is a safe, which I love that. I keep my guns in there and whatever. It also does have an auxiliary light. That is actually a front light on the bumper. So I do have extra lighting in here. Beyond that, I mean, it's just got everything else you're gonna get in your Raptor. So, hope you guys found the truck cool. You know, I will be happy to show you underneath this vehicle if you want. It's a very, very clean vehicle because David owned this. I kind of knew what to look for as far as protection on most of your critical components on the Raptor. And they really solved some of the issues of the first generation. You know, look at the size of that lower control arm, and of course you got the Fox suspension in there. So as far as a truck that's built to pretty much go anywhere, I mean, clearly this truck has done nothing but drive on the highway. And I am taking it to Utah later in the season. We're gonna go in September, so it'll be really hot, and I think we're gonna take this thing bobbing off road a little bit, have a good time with it. I mean, it's what it's built for, right? Might as well. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. So this is the new daily. The M6 is gone. Traded it in. I really love that car, but I got bored of it. What can I say? You know, I could give you all the fun expressions, but at the end of the day, that's pretty much the bottom line. So y'all have a good day.